Today's tech news moves fast, but understanding it shouldn't be hard. That's why Snarful Solutions Group brings you Connecting the Dots, where we break down what's happening in tech and why it matters to you. Now, let's dive in with your hosts.
Good morning, and welcome back to Connecting the Dots. I'm Alex.
And I'm Morgan. It is Wednesday, September 24th, 2025.
And, looking out the window here in Sacramento, looks like we've got increasing clouds today, but still pretty warm. High of about 87 Fahrenheit expected.
Yeah, pleasant enough. Now, before we get into the tech headlines from our Morningstar report, let's take a quick look at the markets from yesterday.
Right. It was a bit of a mixed picture, wasn't it?
Definitely. We saw the Dow Jones slip just a tiny bit, down 0.12%. The S&P 500 also dipped about 0.27% down.
Okay, so a little bit of red there.
A little bit. But Bitcoin kind of bucked that trend. It actually saw a nice gain, up 0.88%.
Interesting. Wish we could say the same for the Giants, though.
Oh, don't remind me. Yeah.
Tough loss yesterday, September 23rd against the Cardinals. Real nail-biter, 8-9.
Yeah, that one stung. But hey, onwards and upwards, right? We've got some pretty huge tech stories to unpack.
Absolutely. But first, let's talk about one of the great companies helping us bring you the show. We're supported by Pins and Aces.
That's Pins and Aces, yeah. They're a fantastic premium golf apparel and accessories store. If you're looking for, high-quality gear, stuff that looks good and performs well on the course.
They got you covered.
They really do. From apparel to head covers, ball markers, all that stuff.
And we've got a great deal for you. Use our promo code SNARFUL. That's SNARFUL, SNARFUL, when you check out.
And what does that get you?
It gets you 21% off your entire purchase. That's a really solid discount.
21%.
Nice. Yeah. Just head over to their website, pinsandaces.com. That's pinsandaces.com. Use code SNARFUL.
Awesome. Okay, let's dive into our first major story. This one's about the global AI infrastructure race. It's really heating up, and OpenAI's Stargate project is front and center.
Okay, Stargate. The scale here is just... it's almost hard to grasp, isn't it?
It really is. We're talking about OpenAI planning 5 new data centers just in the U.S., locations popping up in Texas, New Mexico, Ohio, the Midwest.
And the power consumption, get this, nearly 7 gigawatts combined.
7 gigawatts. Okay, so to put that in perspective for everyone listening, think about a large nuclear power plant. That's roughly 1 gigawatt.
So OpenAI's plan needs the power equivalent of about 7 of those nuclear reactors, just running constantly.
Exactly. It shows you the bottleneck for AI isn't just the chips anymore. It's the sheer amount of electricity needed to power them and keep them cool.
Right. And the way they're financing this is also pretty interesting. It tells a story in itself.
Yeah, it's not just OpenAI writing a giant check. They're bringing in massive partners, Oracle, for instance.
Okay, what's Oracle's role?
Well, Oracle is actually paying for and building 3 of these 5 centers. The report mentions they're using, and I quote, interesting new corporate structures and ways of doing financing.
Interesting. So Oracle builds it, funds it. Then what? OpenAI just rents the compute power.
Essentially, yes. OpenAI purchases the computing power from Oracle. It's almost like a massive utility deal. Oracle acts like the power company, and OpenAI is the main customer.
So Oracle becomes kind of a specialized landlord or power provider for AI compute.
Pretty much. It helps OpenAI manage the immense upfront cost and risk. And remember, this is part of a much bigger picture. OpenAI, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, they're collectively spending over $325 billion on this stuff this year.
Wow. $325 billion.
Yeah. So finding creative ways to finance is key. SoftBank is doing something similar for the other 2 sites through SB Energy, raising debt from banks.
So it's like a land grab, but for electricity and compute capacity.
That's a good way to put it. And you can't talk about this race without mentioning the competition, right? Elon Musk's company, xAI.
Ah, yes, Colossus too. Their approach seems a bit different, though.
It is. While OpenAI is spreading its 7 GW across 5 sites, xAI is aiming for, the world's first single supercomputer that breaks the gigawatt barrier.
One massive machine.
Right. Aiming for 1 million GPUs in one place. They're pouring, over $40 billion into just that project.
So distributed versus consolidated.
Yeah.
2 different bets on how to win the AI race.
Exactly. Both incredibly expensive, both demanding huge amounts of power. And, the U.S. government is watching this closely, framing it as vital for American leadership in AI.
And for people on the ground, OpenAI says these projects will create over 25,000 on-site jobs. That's a significant local impact.
Absolutely. It's tech infrastructure, but it's also becoming major economic development.
Okay, so the hardware arms race is undeniable, but you need the software to make all that power useful, right?
Precisely. Which brings us to our next story, Alibaba. They're making some really aggressive moves in open source AI.
Yeah, I saw this. They just released their Qwen3 VL vision models.
Correct. And these are not small models. The big one, the flagship, is 235 billion parameters. That's huge. And it's open source.
Open source, really. That's a direct challenge to guys like Google and their proprietary models, isn't it?
It absolutely is. Alibaba's claiming these models, they have different versions. Instruct and Thinking can match or even beat Google's latest Gemini 2.5 Pro on some key tests for perception and reasoning.
Bold claim.
Yeah.
But what's the really new thing here? What's the aha moment?
It's this thing they're calling the visual agent capability. This is the game changer, I think.
Visual agent.
Yep.
Okay, break that down. We've had AI that can see images for a while.
Right, but this goes way beyond just describing what's in an image. The visual agent can actually operate software. It can understand and interact with graphical user interfaces, GUIs on computers and mobile devices.
Wait, operate them? You mean like click buttons, fill in forms, navigate menus?
Exactly. Imagine you have a repetitive task like processing expense reports online. You could show the visual agent how to do it once.
And it could then just do the next 100 by itself.
Yeah.
Navigating the website, clicking submit, everything.
That's the idea. It moves AI from being a passive observer to an active participant, an autonomous digital worker for certain tasks. That's a massive potential productivity boost.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that being huge for businesses.
Yeah.
And there was something about video, too. A massive context window.
Up to 1 million tokens, which in practical terms means you could feed this thing like an entire feature-length movie.
A whole movie.
Yeah. And then ask it super specific questions. What was the character wearing in the scene at the 53-minute mark? Or pinpoint the exact second the plot twist was revealed. It could potentially find that information because it can hold and understand the context of hours of video.
That's incredible. So why give this away? They released it under the Apache 2.0 license, right? That's very permissive.
It is, and that's the strategic brilliance, you could argue. By making it open source under Apache 2.0, any company can use it, modify it, build on top of it commercially without paying Alibaba a dime in licensing fees.
So they're trying to become the default foundation for open source vision AI, undercutting the Western proprietary options by being free and powerful.
That looks like the play. They flood the market with a high-quality, free alternative. Developers start using it, building tools around it. And suddenly, Alibaba's tech is embedded everywhere in the open source ecosystem. It's a way to gain global influence and market share, even if they also have their own massive closed-weight model, the Qwen3 Max.
Clever. A long game strategy. Okay, so we've got the hardware race and the software battle lines being drawn. Let's shift gears to something maybe a bit more immediate for music lovers and creators. Spotify.
Yes. Good news for DJs, finally. Spotify is bringing back direct integration with third-party DJ software for premium subscribers.
Oh, that's huge. They got rid of that back in, 2020? And people were not happy.
No, they weren't. It was likely due to tricky music rights issues, but it was a major pain point for DJs who had built their libraries and playlists in Spotify.
So what does this mean now?
It means if you're a premium subscriber in one of the 51 markets where this is rolling out, you can access your entire Spotify library, all your tracks, your playlists, directly inside professional DJ software. We're talking Rekordbox, Serato, Algorithms DJ, the big ones.
Wow. Okay, so that makes prepping sets, mixing tracks, even using features like Automix for parties way, way easier if your music world revolves around Spotify.
Exactly. It just removes a ton of friction. It's a big win for usability and acknowledges how important that creative community is.
And connecting this back, this isn't just about restoring an old feature, is it? There's likely some AI infrastructure angle here, too.
Well, certainly related. Alongside this, Spotify is also rolling out smart filters for premium users in 7 regions, including the U.S.
Smart filters, what do they do?
They let you sort your stuff, music, podcasts, audiobooks, not just by genre, but by things like mood or activity. So you could filter for, say, funky music or party vibes or focus tracks.
Ah, okay, so that uses AI-powered categorization, pulling from all that data and compute power we talked about earlier to help you find the right thing faster in their huge catalog.
Precisely. The massive investment in infrastructure, like those Stargate centers, ultimately enables these kinds of smarter, more personalized user features on the apps you use every day.
So the gigawatts in the desert help filter my funky playlist at home.
Got it.
That's the connection. Macro scale enables the micro features.
Really interesting. Okay, great updates there. Before we wrap things up, let's give a shout out to another great sponsor, Qwen3.
Yeah, that's Qwen3. If you need premium golf shoes this time, Qwen3 is the place to look. They focus specifically on engineering footwear that gives you comfort, style, and performance on the course.
And guess what? Same code works here too. Use SNARFUL, SNARFUL, SNARFUL at checkout.
And for Qwen3, that code gets you
15% off your entire purchase. So great shoes, great discount.
15%. Can't beat that.
Check them out at skoni.com. That's skoni.com. Code SNARFUL for 15% off. All right, so let's quickly pull the threads together from today.
Yeah, let's recap. We started with the sheer scale of the AI infrastructure build-out. OpenAI's Stargate, the Gigawatt Challenge, and partners like Oracle basically turning compute into a financed utility.
Right. Then we looked at the software side with Alibaba's aggressive open source play, giving away powerful vision models like the Qwen3 VL with its visual agent capability to try and dominate that landscape.
And finally, we saw how these big tech undercurrents surface in consumer apps, like Spotify bringing back crucial DJ integration and rolling out AI-powered smart filters, making the user experience better.
It really shows how interconnected it all is, doesn't it? The multi-billion-dollar race for power and chips directly shapes the features you interact with daily.
Yeah, the future of how we use everything digital is really being forged in these massive power-hungry data centers right now. It makes you think.
What's that?
Well, you mentioned Oracle acting like a utility provider for compute and Alibaba giving away the software. It raises a question, maybe something for you to chew on. In this future, who holds the ultimate power? Is it the companies designing the AI models or the companies controlling the underlying infrastructure, the electricity, the cooling, the physical space?
That's a fantastic question. Is the value in the algorithm or in the power plug? Definitely something to keep an eye on.
We're here to help at Snarful, so reach out on our website if you have any more questions.
That's a wrap on today's top stories. Remember, tech doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to help connect the dots. If you've got questions or want to learn more, visit us at snarful.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.